Hi, this is just a short video just to share really a few of these are just the recent videos that I've made, and I've been making a few recently every day because there is such a dire, desperate need for people to get a grip on reality and get with some truth. And I know this one probably won't be very popular because it looks like I've singled these two out, you know. But I am calling out everybody who's part of the so-called truth movement, who are in it purely to feed their little ego trip and earn money from the reality of the truth, okay? That people like myself actually live and have suffered and survived. And they think that they can steal our truth and use it to make money out of, and then ignore us when we ask for help on the very issues that they're making money out of. That to me is an affront, and that's why I've called them out. Though in these two cases I am hopeful that actually it's just cognitive dissonance that has encouraged them to refuse any publicity or support for the Hampstead children, all the children involved in that crime report. 64 named children, hundreds of trafficked babies, okay? And you think that you're going to deny justice to them, you're going to, by what? Passive aggression, ignoring the issue. So either they're doing it passively aggressively, or they're doing it because they're suffering from cognitive dissonance, a collective cognitive dissonance that has collectively denied justice to children and denied any true or fair coverage of the really travesty of police action in that case, the levels of criminal conspiracy to cover up a huge child abusing, baby murdering ring in London. That's what the lawful evidence, that's the suspicion the lawful evidence supports. That's the suspicion. That level of suspicion is what our police and authorities are meant to address, not throw it all in the bin and ignore it and persuade their corporate media to ignore it, and even the so-called alternative media. You know, and that's why I get on and I make my videos, and I don't usually script them. There's a couple that I have written a script for, but most of them I don't script. They're just, it's just what I feel in my heart and what I know in my head, what's in my heart that supports what I know in my head. And as I've said on this recent video, okay, party time's over, you know, I've exposed the Guardian in this video. I've exposed the Guardian for, you know, the lies that they tell to people. Lies from the Guardian, and as I've explained here, okay, the Guardian might just as well have stated lying scrounger confronts Theresa May. And this is what you've got to wake up to, the covert extremism that goes on under cover of newspapers, credible newspapers like the Guardian, where they tell an absolute pack of lies, where they seem to be supporting this lady, but in fact they're telling all their intelligentsia readers who don't know any different, don't know any better, that actually the only reason why she's got no money is because previously she was receiving DLA on a self-assessment, but now she's had an external assessment, you see, and so her benefits have been cut. And that, as I say, it is an absolute outrageous lie. It's outrageous. Anybody who's been in receipt or receiving disability living allowance knows absolute for a fact that there's no way you can get it from a self-assessment. And as I say, this is an extreme example. This is an example of the kind of extremism that covertly operates, never mind the blatant extremism of the so-called Sun newspaper. And as I say, you know, please note that all my videos are heavily trolled or disliked by child abusers and their supporters. Dislike away, child abusers. Your days of operating with impunity are soon to end. And indeed they are. So I advise people to check through my videos, get in line with the facts. I'm not trying to sell you anything. You don't even have to like my video. In fact, you know, be reassured by the number of dislikes. Be reassured by that. Okay? Because if I wasn't telling you anything of any value, okay, I wouldn't be receiving such heavy oppression and opposition.